Welcome, Rizvi, to Vodacom Tanzania. We are doing this conversation, a podcast, as part of our celebration for 25 years of service, Vodacom Tanzania. And we would like to get a few insights with regard to the partnership that we've had. I know Technology Associates is one of the partners that we've been working with in IT for the longest I can remember. Maybe just a quick introduction, and then we'll start with looking at the emerging technologies, the likes of artificial intelligence. Do you think that AI, as people say, that is going to eventually replace human beings? Is that a threat to jobs, or what's your view on that? Welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Uthmani. So Uthmani, it's been a pleasure. We've also had a long journey with Vodacom. Quick introduction, myself, Maysam Rizvi. I am the Managing Director for Technology Associates in Tanzania, part of the Technology Associates Group. And 25 years of journey with Vodacom has been that enriching of confidence, mutual confidence, success, and growth. As a supplier, I think we've been associated with Vodacom for a very long time. So we've really been a part of your journey, if you want to call it that way. And I still remember those early stages where we started with just the physical servers, for your IT requirements. And therefore, over a period of 25 years, we've actually seen the technology landscape transform. And we've all been a part of that journey and that transformation. So we've seen those days, early stages from those standalone physical servers, and then we worked on designing, consolidating them in blade servers. Then as technology moved, we were early adoption, we were early evangelists of the new technology that were coming into the market. And then along with the team, of course, we used to mutually discuss, and we've reduced the footprint. Then we went into consolidation, a phase. So from physical standalone servers to physical blade servers to server consolidation, storage consolidation, and then we could reduce your footprint, and then came the virtualization. So virtualization was a great project where we could actually reduce, I still remember, almost 200 servers of Vodacom to almost 20, a big reduction in the footprint of your data center, huge reductions in power, and managing the whole ecosystem. And then came the VMware, wave, and then we worked very closely with your team as well. We worked on the virtualization, further consolidation of the virtualization as well. Virtualization then brought about more sprawl of VMs, and we then had to automate this, so that you could manage your environment much better. And you were a growing organization, unpredictable growth, and unpredictable growth brings in a lot of challenges, not just for yourselves internally, but also for technology providers like ourselves.
Yeah.
And we always had to keep in mind the investment protection. I cannot be a supplier to you, say that here's this X amount of gear and you need more, I want to sell you another 2X. I have to make sure that the X that I've already sold to you, there is an investment protection, and I can derive value out of that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then we went in for the complex projects like the private cloud. That was a huge project that we did with Vodacom, and that was really the turning point where we could really utilize your resources extremely well. Existing infrastructure, the technology wave that was coming in, and then the telco cloud project that came by, you see. So during the virtualization stage, what we could do is we could utilize and virtualize your network resources as well.
Yeah.
So that's when earlier we were only aligned with the IT team, but then we also got aligned with the network team as well, and there was value that we could bring into the network team as well. And that's where the telco cloud project came about. So very challenging project. We successfully executed that with our own internal skills in country that we had invested in over a period of time, and we successfully carried that out, the telco cloud project, and for which we were also awarded as the best VMware partner award last year. Because that was a very complicated project. Telco cloud is a very, very complicated project.
Absolutely.
Subsequently, then we went in for containerization project as well, where you were actually moving all your applications to cloud native applications, and better utilization of virtual machines So we went in for containerization solution as well. And as we speak, we've gone live to that as well. So every technology wave that has come in the market, we made sure that we proposed to you, discussed with your team, and you interacted that. So that's where we feel proud that in 20 years, we've actually seen the entire landscape from physical to virtual to, the VMwares to containerizations to the telco cloud and now big data eventually, so
Absolutely.
that's a project that we're currently engaged with. Again, a very complicated and a very complex project. So we feel very proud to have been part of this journey right from scratch to the latest technology that is available even in the much more matured and the larger markets. So that gives us proud that we've been able to deploy those technologies that are currently deployed in extremely large telcos in very matured markets. So that gives us the comfort.
Oh, thank you very much. And I think on the value side of things, just to add on what you've said, where actually the space utilization has shrunk to an amount. I'm referring to like the CCS project, the telco cloud platform that we've put in place. We replaced with a platform that used to have like 13 racks to only 3 racks of computing, and with the amount of space that we're saving, the cooling, the power utilization, the efficiencies that we're getting through latest technology, I think it's very, very critical. You spoke about the obviously telco cloud, big data environments, and TA has been a great partner, supported us in our most critical systems. I mean, we're talking about these mission critical systems for Vodacom. What are the biggest lessons learned from the projects, the deployment that you've done with us?
Okay, so where we've differentiated ourselves is that we've not just been a technology supplier or a supplier of technology, but also a partner. So we worked with you, and we want to make sure that the eventual project objectives are met. So there have been time, for example, instances where we've supplied equipments and we've done the entire configurations and we've handed it over to you, but we've not walked away then, because the end objective is not powering in on the infrastructure that we've supplied. It's part of a larger ecosystem. So we worked very closely with your team as well as your third-party providers as well. One of the names that comes to my mind is Amdocs, for example. You see, so and it took a long time. Now we could have very well said that we've done our bit for what we were contracted. We were not contracted for the entire project. We were contracted for a part of the project, which is the infrastructure design, supply, install, and subsequent support. So we could have very well walked away and said that, look, we've done our part. Let us be paid for it, and let's talk of the next project, please. When are you buying the next, infrastructure? But we've not done that. So I still remember times where my team has been discussing with your team for almost a year, along with third-party vendors, to a level where I think your third-party vendors started thinking of our engineers as your employees, because they were literally in every call, literally in every call.
Yeah.
So those are some of the challenges which are not necessarily technology-driven of the solution that we had designed, but really part of a larger project. But that's how a telco project is very unpredictable, is very complicated, and there are many challenges that you might not foresee, which you encounter as you walk the path and as you start deploying those solutions.
Yes.
So our objective has always been to make sure that the project is delivered successfully, not the infrastructure for which I've been contracted. I think that is what differentiates us, and those are some of the challenges that we've seen, that the project has had its own challenges, and we worked very, very closely. In terms of skills as well, in terms of adoption of new latest technologies in our markets, where skills are a challenge. And sometimes there's a resistance to change as well.
Yeah.
So those are some of the challenges that we've really seen. And then some of your third-party providers are in different time zones, they're in different geographies, they're not all here.
Yeah.
So those are some of the challenges that we've seen. But that's where the true spirit of partnership and commitment comes to the project.
Yeah, that's very good. And it's important to understand that sometimes we're challenged with geographical location. You need to follow the sun kind of support, where some people are asleep. You need to push them to be able to support you to deliver. In terms of future-proofing IT infrastructure is a major focus for Vodacom. How is Technology Associates helping us stay ahead, especially with emerging technologies?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we had realized, I mean, some of the new technology that are coming up, of course, in terms of cloud, I'll touch upon cloud, I'll touch upon AI, and I'll touch upon the licensing as well, because licensing is becoming a very big challenge as well.
Yes.
You might want to deploy very large infrastructures to meet your exponential growth and new products and services and to compete and succeed in the market.
Yes.
But we had foreseen this almost 4 years back, where we saw that a lot of these licensing from vendors will move away from the traditional to subscription based. And that is where the designing element also comes, where you optimize the design, where even when the subscription licensing comes into play, you'll not end up paying a lot because you've designed the solution in a very optimized environment. We are already working with your team, by the way. I don't want to name vendors because they then become vendor specific, but we are working very closely with you to take you to the next level, which is basically be able to get more for less in terms of technology, because it's just becoming more and more expensive, expensive.
Yes,
So
correct.
we're working with some very unique new technology alternatives that are available today, which might be able to mitigate your cost and your risk when you migrate to these new platforms. So we are working very closely. Our team is working very closely with your team, and there are alternatives that we're working out in terms of licensing. In terms of AI, I think we are also, just so that you know that some of the technologies component that we've delivered to you already in a way have AI agents deployed in them. You might not know them, but they're doing their work in the background. So we're working, we do believe that AI adoption is going to be key and critical in our markets as well, just as it is globally. And so some of the technologies that we've deployed for you do have AI agents which are predictable in terms of they're finding out problems well in advance. They're being able to predict the problems, they're being able to solve it, and they're self-healing as well. So for you to be able to build a resilient, network system so that you can service your internal customers, you need a system that can self-heal itself and do little, downtime. So what we are doing is we are working with the agents, with our technology vendors, and deploying these agents and teaching your people as well how to use these agents as well. The challenges that I see is going to be in AI adoption, is going to be in basically a framework, because the government also needs to come up with certain frameworks.
Yes, correct.
One. Secondly, also in terms of local data, because AI also works necessarily. One of the key components of success of AI is how clean and good the data that it learns from, that is
exactly.
fed to it,
Exactly.
Including local data.
Yes.
So I think that's where the challenge we see, and that's where I think organizations like Vodacom will have to work very closely with the government, with the academic institutions, with the regulators, with the local content providers, and help the larger AI ecosystem feed in clean data, local data. You see. And in terms of cloud, I mean, I believe that what we've been able to achieve successful with your private cloud project, it's only a matter of time when you would want to make your public cloud telco services available as well, where you want to make these services available as and when the public telco cloud infrastructure picks up. So I'm sure your business unit wants to take a lot of these services and products to the customers and offer them on a public cloud. So those are some of the new challenges and new opportunities that we see to align with Vodacom is in terms of public telco infrastructure.
Okay, I think you've raised a very important point with regard to particularly the use of AI. The understanding obviously is that AI could be a good thing, but could also be a bad thing. We've seen a lot of bad uses of AI with deepfake and all that.
Yes.
And obviously, as Vodacom Tanzania, being a responsible company, we are working with the government. Yes. We've been part of the team that also look into the building the AI framework for Tanzania, looking into the ethical use of AI, cyber security aspect of it, and that's something that we're also making sure that protection of customer data is at the forefront of everything that we're doing, and that's one very important thing. Maybe looking ahead, I know we have a lot of projects that we've worked together, but what joint initiative or areas of collaboration that excite you most as Vodacom continues in its digital transformation roadmap?
I think clearly, as I mentioned, and I want to emphasize and maybe expand on that, clearly it is the telco cloud. It is the adoption of new technology, especially the containerized, the CNF that we're working with your team very closely.
Yeah.
I think that is the future of building a resilient infrastructure. But if you look at AI works on available infrastructure as well.
Yeah.
If the infrastructure is not available, AI will not be able to give you the results.
Absolutely.
You see? So that can only come with a resilient network system infrastructure that you build there. So that's where the control system comes in. So we're working very closely, and that's where we believe that we'll be working with you guys very closely on the AI, on building the telco cloud infrastructure, and the new licensing framework that is there as well. And framework, I mean, as you rightly mentioned, I think framework is very critical. I've read that the digital data protection laws have already come in force as well.
Yes, yes, correct.
There is, because we do, business with regulators and other people as well. So we generally keep aware of what's happening in the market also. We register with the regulator as well. So I think those are some of the key things that are coming. We would love to be part of the AI and AI ops. I mean, for example, AI ops, it's not going to take jobs away. It's wrong for people to think that AI is going to take jobs away. It's your friend. I mean, it's you've got to work and live with it.
Absolutely.
And so AI ops. I mean, for example, your team, you got critical resources in terms of human resources. They would rather concentrate on the core objectives of the business and initiatives rather than human mundane stuff on trying to see a lot of networks or systems go down because of human errors. Now you would rather let AI handle that from an AI ops perspective.
Absolutely.
We intend to work very closely with your team on bigger consumption of AI ops systems as well. So we're going to be deploying many more AI agents within the infrastructure that we want to deploy with you, so that the system don't go down, and they're more predictable, they're more resilient, so that your team can then focus on the core initiatives and the outputs that your business unit wants from IT department. IT is always seen as a necessary, cost to structure. Unfortunately, we all change that. And if we can work with you, to show the value that the IT team will really bring to the business, I think these are the areas that we would want to work with you very closely. Clearly, the AI adoption of public telco cloud and containerized license, infrastructure as well.
Okay, no, that's wonderful. I think the most important thing, as you mentioned about the use of new technologies and the fear of people jobs being replaced by AI, I think it's important to also make sure that our people are also skilled properly in a way that they are actually being able to utilize these AI capabilities. Talking about AI ops or ML ops or whatever, we just need to make sure that they've got the right skills to be able to do that. So maybe you can say a few words with regard to your teams, your engineers, your people's in terms of skills development for the future technology.
So what one of the key things or a key differentiator that Technology Associates always had, and that has kept us ahead in the game and the race, is we've always, though we are a part of a larger group and I can pull into my resources from anywhere within the 7 or 8 or African operations that we have, but we always dependent on skills within country. And the biggest benefit we actually derived out of it was during the COVID time, when there was a travel freeze and people couldn't travel. There was a travel ban. So we know some of our customers who suffered because of dependency of vendors who didn't have in-house, in-country resources.
Yes.
So two things. One is we've always invested in local skills, in-country skills. Secondly, we always, because the technology landscape has changed from a single skill to a multi-skill. When you get into a virtualized environment, when you start getting into new technologies, the AI and telco, cloud, for example, and AI, and virtualization, you're really looking at multi-skills within a resource. It's no longer a network guy and a server guy and a storage guy and a backup guy. It's because it's virtualization combines all of that environment into a clubbed environment kind of a thing. So we're making investments in multi-skills around the technologies that we're investing in country. What we're also trying to do is we also customers or transferring some of the knowledge base as well, so that at least the first level you might be capable as well. So we don't want our experts to just come, install and go away and then have you call us for the smallest of all the things. We would rather have the AI agents that we've deployed, and you've taught your team as well on those AI agents, take up the first level calls, and also your team scale up to a level where at least they understand what is in the ecosystem, and they can also analyze. Many a times, the customer or the supplier delays in attending to those calls is because the nature of call is not clearly defined.
Yeah.
And that comes from a knowledge that the supplier has imparted to the team as well, to the customer team as well. So we want to make sure that we've imparted that level of knowledge to your team so that when they see a problem, they can analyze to a level where they can communicate correctly to us that this is, I think, where we are and we want you to help us,
No, thank you very much, Rizvi. I think it's a great partnership that we've had for the last 20 plus years.
Yes.
And I think with just what you've ended with regard to making sure that there is a skills transfer, mutual understanding of the environment, so that we can speed up the time to address challenges, the time to fix issues when we've got incidents. It's an important aspect of the whole collaboration, and I think we're looking forward to the great next 25 to 30 years. And I think welcome.
Thank you
Thank you very much for gracing us with your time. I think it was a great dialogue. And looking forward to a great partnership.
Thank you. And on a lighter note, as they say,
Yeah.
that a quarter is a year in technology landscape.
Yeah.
So really our relationship with Vodacom of 25 years is actually 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
From that definition. Because, technology, IT landscape changes so fast,
yes,
that they say that a quarter is a year,
Yeah,
that is what it is said in technology on a lighter note, So yes, thank you very much for the 100 years of
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.